So welcome back, guys. We are back at the Toyo Treadpass again, and with me I have typical Steven, coolest Instagram name ever. And he brought his, is it a Mark 6 or Mark 7?
Mark 6.
Mark 6. Mark 6 GTI. And I know you have tons of Vibrant on here.
Yep.
But before we get into that, tell me a little bit about the car and the story behind it.
So this was my first car. I bought it bone stock when I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
I've been building it over the past 8 years. It's from daily driver to wide-body flares, and brought it to Sema in 2019 as a golden ticket young gun winner at a regional event, and brought it to Sema, and that was kind of where the bug bit me. It was my entrance into the industry, and then from there, the past 4 years, it's just been trying to figure out a new version for the car and bring it to Sema and getting it here in Treadpass as well. And then
we should also mention, this is quite unique, the body kit. I saw you making it out of like foam.
So 2.5 years ago, I tore down the car and started putting foam and body filler on the car and started designing what I wanted the body kit to look like.
And it was crazy because it looked like it was going to be a failed project, but then I knew the outcome, so I knew it was going to be good. And you just molded and shaped it into like a really good wide body kit.
So pretty much went through the process, got the design, the base design that I wanted. Then it went through the virtual design process of refining it and getting it to a T. And then this actually on the car is the full 3D printed prototype. So these are all 3D printed panels on the car, and these will be used to make molds after Sema to actually produce and sell this body kit through my company, Alcatel Concepts.
That's amazing. And you designed this on the computer yourself as well?
So I had help with an actual CAD designer in terms of helping with the refinement of getting it to a T in terms of the design work, and then worked with Make It 3D in terms of the large format 3D printing using their large 2x4 printer to where this fender was printed in one piece.
So let's talk about the engine.
Yeah.
Well, what's the setup over here?
So this is actually started with a naturally aspirated 07K 2.55 cylinder that you'd get out of your base model Golfs or Jettas. It's a common swap people do into other cars, given that it's kind of like your budget RS3 turbo 5-cylinder, because it comes NA, you could buy it for $200 out of a junkyard.
Yeah. So
this one was $150.
Nice.
And then slap a turbo on it, and with stock internals, you could go 350, 400, no problem on stock internals. So that's kind of the base to it. But then there's just a lot of detail in terms of everything around it. From the exhaust manifold is from a Lamborghini Gallardo V10. Given that the 2.5 is half of the 5.0, and they share the same head design in terms of the bolt pattern. So that manifold directly bolts up, and it positions it perfect for a Sidewinder turbo setup right there as well. A lot of miscellaneous stuff in terms of custom bits. The engine bay is, I try to shave it as much as possible to where the factory rain tray actually comes out of here like this, to where this whole area is actually hidden by the plastic rain tray.
Yep.
Cut that all away, intrusion bars through the firewall from the cage. Try to really set it apart and add a lot of fine detail into it and kind of make it my own and have that motorsports feel, but also the form to it too. So form, function, to where it's a fully spec'd out race car, interior, engine bay, everything, but then nobody would take an actual race car to this level and make it look this good.
No, exactly. Very few. But I see, so it has a full cage. You recently did that. That was for this year, right?
That was for this year. So yeah, worked with Cage Kits and Blood Motorsports for all the fabrication, the cage and all that. So kind of went pretty extreme on the cage structure. It is full FIA NASA spec, the tube thickness, width, everything. I wanted to follow all the regulations I can, so when I do potentially race the car, it'll pass everything that I need it to pass.
Awesome.
So same thing with the whole rear firewall that separates the driver cabin to the fuel cell. That was actually a regulation thing to where if the fuel cell is in the main compartment area, you need a rear firewall to separate you from it. So little details like that to where I just wanted to make sure I had everything in line, given that this car is kind of my entrance into the motorsport world.
Yeah.
Given that I do plan to track it and potentially race it as well.
So since you mentioned track, let's talk about suspension, wheel, tire setup. What do you have going on?
So suspension, I'm using the BC Racing BR coilovers. So it's something where after SEMA, it's going to be a lot of developing in terms of different springs, dampening, really getting the setup dialed in. Wheel and tires, this is a brand new design from Rotiform called the KPRs. So revealing this design, it's an 18 by 12, negative 25 offset, front and rear squared, using 315 3018 R888 Toyos. So it's definitely a meaty setup. I would say the widest front track on a Golf yet.
Yeah.
But then I could get full lock. So steering wide, like a lot of widened cars have issues with steering issues and all that. This thing gets full lock. So.
That's awesome. No, it looks really great too. So let's just jump into the Vibrant parts that you have on here. Why did you choose Vibrant to begin with? Because you approached me.
Yeah.
So what was your reasoning behind it?
So I've always loved braided hose and AN setups, and I knew there was going to be a lot of plumbing to do on a full engine up build, and it's something where I have a lot of mutual friends that have a relationship with Vibrant as well. So I wanted to run with you guys for all the plumbing, and I'm really glad we were able to make it happen and outfit the car with Vibrant. Just given the quality of all the products, it worked out perfectly. Not just with the braided AN hose, but all the materials for the actual exhaust plumbing, the intercooler piping, everything, all the plumbing on the vehicle outfitted with Vibrant just worked out perfectly.
Well, Steven, thanks again so much. We really appreciate you using all our components and representing us so well. And not only are you top Young Guns top 3, right?
Top 3 Young Guns, or sorry, top 10 Young Guns right now, and then the announcement for the top 3 is today. So we'll see how it goes.
Good luck with that. I think you got this. The car represents itself really well. You did a great job with it. It looks like a motorsports car, like you mentioned, and I think you got this, and the build quality's there, and you used all the right parts and all the right companies. So for more content, make sure to follow, subscribe, comment below. If you have any questions for Steven, I'm sure he'll hop into the comment section and get back to you guys. Catch you on the next one.